So, welcome back. Now we're going to look at one of the other things we do on the farm in the winter, and that's prepare the soil for the planting in the spring. And favorite place to work in the winter, of course, is in the greenhouse here. Sometimes it's the only place we can work when the ground is frozen. So we have 7 beds in here, 3 20-footers, 20-foot long ones there, and 4 15-foot beds on this side. And the only place I can grow the 13-foot tall popcorn is in these 4 center beds. So instead of rotating that crop, like we usually rotate crops, what we do instead for the popcorn is rotate the soil. So I bring in a lot of manure. First I take out some of the old topsoil and put it in my topsoil pile, and then I replace it with manure mixed into the rest of the soil. So I go about 2 inches or more deep with the manure. And here's an example you can see. This is the cucumber bed from last year. And this is the old soil. I brought in some manure. I'm going to finish covering this old soil with manure. And then the next step, as you see over here, I've mostly done. I just have this little bit to do. Is you just take the hoe and begin to mix it in by breaking it up a bit. And the other thing I noticed is after the manure's been sitting on it for a while, it already starts to soften up without adding water. You can see the old soil's a little hard, but underneath where I've already put manure, I'm sure it's starting to get softer. And the rough particles in the manure help to keep it from clumping up or becoming packed soil. It'll stay loose throughout the season, which is very good. So that's one thing I do. And then the next step for preparing the soil is I use this nice little twister tool after it's all been hoed. I don't know what you really call these. I just remember going into a hardware store and seeing one and saying, that looks like a good tool. And all it says on it is Corona. I don't know who Corona is. But anyway, I just call it my twister tool. And so this is where I left off. So you just stick those tines in and twist it around a little. And that really breaks up the soil even more and gets your manure further down. As you can see, these are about 4 or 5 inch long tines. So that's how deep it goes. Just break it up and mix it up a little bit. And I still have one area there you can see where I didn't do. So that's something to do. And the next thing we're going to do after we get all the soil mixed in and ready to go is we're going to set up our drip line irrigation system. We've got the piping already coming in. We'll have to put a spigot on that and then cut these Not this one. This is just some extra stuff my grandson gave me. But these will be the lines, and we're going to lay them out in these beds and get ready for planting. So that's all I had for today. Just an example of things we do in the winter.